Sam McCall, physical therapist and lover of movement. Okay, what movements do I love? I love the movements that you don't care about. I love what I call life movements. And today, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about stretching up on a wall, which is kind of just a stretch, not something you do every day, but it's a setup for relaxing your back while leaning back in the chair. That's big. It is not an easy thing to learn, but it can be a lot easier if you follow my little prompts. So something I've been thinking about of why what I teach tends to be disregarded or overlooked or not embraced really heavily is I think because we don't like to slow down and feel. Because most exercise, we're thinking go, go, go. We're thinking hardcore. We're not thinking relax. We're thinking getting fit. We're going to get this. We're going to get that. In my world, it's the opposite. It's life movements, unloading dishwashers, loading washing machines, walking down the hall, very mindful, very present, and feeling it. So one of the setbacks people have when they talk to me is, I just don't feel it. I don't get it. Slow down. So when I do this today, it shouldn't take me more than maybe 2 minutes to do what I want to show you, up to 4. And some parts of this are more than 20 seconds. So if we look at it in the big picture, it's not any time at all. It's a matter that we're not used to being present and giving ourselves the time to feel. Because later on, it doesn't take any time. I can get in and out of this chair very quickly with great ease and with great comfort. And that's what I want you to have. So if you have any pain, this should help. Pain in sitting, pain in standing, both of them, they all overlap. So here I go. I'm taking off. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to break down this movement that I have on my YouTube channel on how to stretch the spine, get the spine to relax, sit well, and then let's just go over it. Okay, so first things first is I'm going to come over to a door, a wall, it doesn't matter what. And I am going to stretch up on this wall with my hands. Now, the key to this is that it's not about my shoulders, it's about my back. If you have limitations, then modify this. If you have one shoulder that doesn't even want to go up, do just the other one. But I want you to put your focus into your back, where your shoulder blades down to your hips. That's where we're feeling and thinking from. So I'm going to get pretty close to this wall. I'm going to get my fingertips to walk up. I'm going to walk a little to the right, and I'm going to be thinking about lifting from here. Now, I may get a stretch here. I may get a stretch here. I may get a stretch here. That's all fine. Don't hurt yourself. Don't stretch to the point of pain. But I want you to put your focus on lifting the shoulder blade and back in the area that we don't have a lot of motion. We don't lift our back with ease. And I'm talking about from here up. So I go to the right, I go a little to the left, and each time I do this, I think up and over, up and over. Then I come down, and hopefully I feel more space in here. But if nothing else, I have a little more awareness of what is it to lift up my back. So that takes us to the next very important piece. So I've got an office chair here. We'll change it up in a minute. And I got a little ottoman. So first things first, I put my hands on my back. I find my arch. I put my fingers in my arch. I relax my belly. Those are just part of the McCall Method time world that you'll learn if you keep looking at my videos. I plant my feet. I turn my upper thighs out because that means my pelvis has the ability to move. And then I get a stretch back here, which is fantastic. And I squat on my crotch. So I'm sitting like an L, not a C. C-L. That's the way I look at it. Also, you can think of not sitting on your pockets, and that causes you to stretch more. You think about sitting on the back of your thighs. Now, here's the catch. Leaning back. We're going to take that principle of picking up. Forget about your shoulders right now. Don't care. Don't care at all. We're going to lift up. And I tell people, you know, when you take a sweatshirt off, often you pull your sweatshirt. Same thing. So I let my shoulders go. I pick up so that I can get some length in this spine. And I go back and I try to think of Velcroing my back. And then I just fall. So why is the falling important? Because I don't want to overarch the other way. Now, what most people feel when they do this is just feels really kind of sloppy, and that's fine, because what are we doing? We want to really support the spine, okay? So I'm going to put my feet up on this ottoman because it really helps. I'll lift up again. I bring my back down. If I put some weight on my feet, that relaxes my whole back and spine. Strange, but true. I can even take this and bring it to my lap. So if this is like a yoga weight, many years ago, probably 30 years ago, I got, so you can get any weight you want, but if you put weight in your lap, your hips, hip flexors usually, begin to let go. And guess what happens? The back begins to let go. So we don't sit back well. We sit back with tension here, here, and here. So when somebody leans back, they're usually in a C curve and they're barely touching their back. I want your spine to exhale. Definitely exhale, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, now one more step. Tension's usually here. So how can I let this tension go? Is I clasp my fingers and I put my head in my hands as if I have a headrest, as if my hands are a headrest. So here's this little headrest. I relax my shoulders. I find a comfortable place. I mean, you know, this is all about me being comfortable. Now, you may feel like my head will not rest in my hands. At least mine didn't at first. I could not even think and wish my head to lean back into my hands. So you have to close your eyes, or it's a good idea, and you have to let your body exhale. And as you exhale, you let go the best you can of your head in your hands. Now, if you need to put a little pressure in your hands, that's fine. I had to. But sooner or later, you ought to feel like the only thing working in your body is your hands and arms. And if my hands and arms are working and nothing else is, and I've really let go of a lot of tension. And if you sit there for 10, 15, 20 seconds, it's great. Then I let my head come forward and I drop my arms. And it's like somebody just massaged my neck and shoulders. And so my head comes forward slightly, just like normal. And then this wouldn't be normal is my point. This is all weighted down because I've released tension. So tension, and hip tension, and foot tension. Now, I think having the feet elevated helps press the body into the chair. And I found so many people find this more comfortable. So find some weight and put it in your hips, put it in your lap or your feet. And if you're a meditator, this is about the best you can. I mean, you will be so relaxed if you're really about relaxing with your meditation. If you just want to watch TV or do something else, that's fine. But being here is doing what I call doing nothing well. It is literally I'm changing. My body is changing. How is it changing? It's learning that I don't have to hold tension and then it lets go. That means as it lets go, I have the ability to be more grounded and relaxed in my body. So I'm going to show you another way to do this real quick in a wooden chair, because I think that you'll see pieces you wouldn't see here with this office chair. So two different kinds of chairs. Now I put this here because the wood kind of digs into my back, but you don't have to. I'm just going to take it off so you can see it better. So same thing. I place my fingers on my spine. I find my arch. I relax my belly. I turn my thighs out. I stretch my tush as high as I possibly can go. Because if you stretch, you strengthen. Right now, my back is getting stronger. My hamstrings are getting stronger in my butt. So that's just part of it. You just get stronger by just getting into it the right way, or in a more natural way, is what I'd like to say. So now, I'm just get back in this chair, and I'm going to use the chair to help me lift my back. So if I take the back here, depending on your range of motion, you may not have the ability to reach here. That's fine. You can press here. But I'm going to press down. You notice as I press down, I shrug up. Fine. Don't worry about your neck right now. We're trying to lengthen the back. I press down. I collapse in my chest. I lean back. I feel it on my back, and I let go. Depending on your height, this really matters. If you're really tall, you probably be able to, what I call, drape the spine easier. If you're very short, do not omit this piece here, the ottoman. I have more people have back and hip pain because they put their feet up all the time and they're tight here. It is so easy to get rid of that problem if you will just get an ottoman or something, or a box. So here I go. I've got the weight in my lap. I got my feet up so I don't have to get tight in here. I pick up, I go back. I'm going to kick my legs out. It feels more natural. I'm going to place my hands behind my head. Now I'm not doing this. I'm not overarching this way. I'm just getting my head to let go. And as it lets go, then I bring my arms down. Here I am. So you can be in Starbucks. You can be anywhere. You can go in, you stick your butt out, you sit down, you pick your back up, and you sit down. And maybe you put your foot up on another chair. You don't have to, but why not be more comfortable and creating less pain, creating less tension, creating a more relaxed system, the whole body relaxing. It's just like the best kept secret. Our life movements, our healing movements. This is my physical therapy. I teach this as a physical therapist. This is what I use the most, are these moves to help people heal. Back pain, knee pain, neck pain, any orthopedic pain. So that's something you can do with me later. You can play it over and over and over. You can email me and ask me questions, or you can give me some questions right now.
Got one.
Okay.
Diane in Denver says, what if I'm so tight in my shoulders I can't get them straight out like you do against the closet?
Okay. The closet thing is really probably the most challenge for some. You go with what you have. So if this is what you have, or this, that's fine. Some people like to rest their head, and you can stretch, or you can put your arms like this, and you can stretch your elbows a little. You can just go with what you have. Build with what you have. Take small movements. That's just great for your shoulders as long as it doesn't hurt. You can use the wall to rest on. That door would not be the ideal for you. A wall would be ideal because the door kind of moves. I put you on the wall and I'd have you just stretch to whatever you like. Then that's enough. Then you go to the chair and do what I did in the chair, because they both work for each other.
Well, I've got a question. How much pressure should you put on either the door or the wall or whatever?
Okay, so I'm going to go to the wall this time because this kind of shakes. I am walking my fingertips. That's what I'm doing. So I'm not pressing, I'm walking. And the most important part is I'm reaching of whatever range I have. I'm close enough to, if I felt better resting my head, I would. I just walk my fingertips like I'm tapping it. It's a little walk, like a little spider walking up the wall.
Okay. Let's see here. Bill in Boise says, so how high should my chair be ideally?
It's really up to you, and that's a really good question. Here's the deal. If you're tall, you probably will have less problems, period, because you have a long spine and it's easier to maneuver a long spine than a short spine. I started off learning in a low back chair because it was easier for me to hook my back on the chair and feel the hook. The taller chair takes a little more finesse because you have to kind of feel like you're sticking your back on the chair. The hardest chairs to use are smooth leather chairs that are tall because you're sliding all the time, and I have to bring in more props for that. And if you do have that, I'm just going to throw this out. Let's say you just do have that, or this is not working. You can always put a pillow. I would really actually put this in the other chair more. You can put a pillow along your spine, pick up and go into the pillow. Some people find that better because their chair is just sunken and it just sinks and it just kind of takes them. So I would get a folding chair or I'd get a wooden chair because they're the easiest to learn in versus the other bigger ones.
Let's see here. Fiona here in Flagstaff says, what if I want to read? Can I in this position?
Yes, this is one of the best. So let me pull back the other chair. Now we can do this on the couch and we can do this in the car. And I have a video for both of those. But today we're going to we can play like anything. This could be a car seat. Let's do this for a second. So here I go. Oh, I have an idea. You have to have a lot of pillows if you live with me in this world. Pillows, I'm a big pillow person. Okay, so here we go.
Trust me, a lot of pillows.
So here we go. So I'm putting this pillow back here because I just want to give you a lot of demonstrations, different ways. And I just made that so my back feels like it sticks. Now I knit. So this is how I knit. And this is how you can read. Because that's fine. Your back is relaxing back and your face can look down because you're not stressing your neck. And if it does bother your neck, just build your pillow up. But this is great. This is a great way to read because your neck will actually get a little bit of a stretch and your body will learn to let go and relax. So reading like this is great. And you can read with your legs out on or put your feet up on an end table. There's a lot of different ways. Just having the feet propped up, I found over the years, makes this movement much more effective faster.
Last one I've got is Leahy in Williams, and she says, is it too much if I want to put my feet up at my hips?
Up to the height of your hips is what I think you're saying.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Actually, for some people, it's better. If you're a smaller person in height, your feet being up is going to be easier because you have less weight in your spine. Like I work with people who will sit with their feet like this, and this is what causes, like I said, the back problem. So let's say that your end table, well, let's just act like the end table is this high to your hip level. That's fine. That's fine too. It's a little high, so you might want to go lower, but as you do this, you'll feel like, well, that's too high. Your body will start to tell you, hey, go just a tad lower. So 2 chairs is lovely. You can just put a chair in front of you, put some pillows in your lap, and you can be doing whatever. And then if you feel a little cramped, you can kick your legs out in the chair. So I'm a big fan of chairs because I can use the bottom rung. I can put my leg out, and your body is going to want to shift, because when you start to relax, you're going to have to maybe get up and readjust, because when tension releases, the body feels like it's not in the right place anymore. And so then it needs readjusting and then needs readjusting. So think of your muscles as clothes that are on your bones, because I'm the bone lady. I'm setting your bones up so that your muscles and your flesh can let go. And when your flesh muscles let go, they are so much more available to get strong. So like if I stretch up, my abs kick in right away because I have that room to stretch now. I'm more relaxed.
And when I let go and my muscles relax, they feel like they get longer.
I get longer. You feel longer. Okay. So it's a lengthening. You will definitely gain with my work. You will gain height. Everybody gains some height because we're just kind of compressed. But the big thing with the lengthening is, if you imagine, and a lot of times I just use beanie babies. If you just imagine or put something up there and stretch up, it's lovely. It really starts to strengthen your abs.
That's all we got.
So this will be posted. You can look at it again later. You can give it to your friends. You can pass it on. I should be back here in a couple of weeks on a Saturday. Happy Sunday.